Hi everybody, welcome to the Den of Doom. Here we are once again. It's a little bit chillier today and a little bit wetter outside than I'd like it to be. So we're going to do a drill session to improve our neuromuscular pathways and encourage faster contract and relax mechanisms, which can only be a good thing. The better they are, the less energy we use. The more efficient we become, the better cyclists we are. All good. Okay. So I've got my watch ready on my bike for a change. So I'm going to press bike indoor. And then it says a do workout and off we go. So we're going to start off in a nice, easy gear. And we're going to work our way through. In fact, I probably need to be in a slightly easier gear to begin with. So we're going to do a gearing pyramid. And we're going to go to the top of that pyramid but not back down again. So gearing ladder perhaps. I'm just going to pedal nice and easy, not worrying about the power or resistance. And we're going to work on cadence. We're going to do single leg work and we're going to do some gearing work. Okay, so we're going to use variable gear. So it's going to be quite a mixed up hour that we've got here together today. So I hope you're ready for it, but it's not going to be overly taxing on the power. It's all about those movement pathways. Making ourselves more efficient, more effective, better cyclists. So 3 minutes in the easiest gear, and then we're going to knock it up a gear for another 5 minutes, and then one more gear for another 5 minutes before we do our independent leg work. So who have we got with us today? Welcome on board everybody. We've got Mark Davis, well done, in your special little den of doom that you built for yourself. So impressed. Man with many talents. And Will, good to see you, Will. Looking fresh as ever. Very dapper, I might say. That's it. So we're going to work a little bit on the cadence. We want to keep the cadence above 85 if possible throughout. If we can do that, again, it improves that stretch and contract and relax mechanism. The science is showing that anything below 80 cadence and we start to sort of leak energy through having to engage the core more than necessary at the higher cadences. So obviously what we want to do is conserve energy, particularly in endurance sports. So Brenta, thank you for all your lovely feedback. It's been absolutely fantastic. If the rest of you could jump on board and add some feedback to the turbo sessions online, on YouTube, not Facebook, well Facebook as well. If you want to double up, that'd be brilliant. But otherwise, yeah, if you can just keep that up, that'd be fantastic. And of course Camilla. Thank you Camilla for all your support so far this year. Hopefully we'll be able to ride and swim and do all those things together again this coming summer. Fingers crossed. That's it. Brilliant. Let's have a look. Who else have we got on board? All right, Sean, fantastic. Okay, make sure your resistance is as low as you can on your watt bikes today if you're on a watt bike, so that you can speed up those legs without pushing yourself too hard. Okay, we're going up a gear, up we go. Good, well done. So keep it spinning. We'll do a count to see where we are. Starting now. .22 for me, so I'm on 88 cadence. For those people who are new to this and wonder what the heck I've just done, is we're going to count the cadence of one leg for 15 seconds. Now some of you may have cadence meters, so it's not an issue. I don't have one, so I use the old-fashioned method of counting. For me as well, It also helps the time to go a little bit quicker. So what you do is obviously then you times it by 4 and you get your pedal revolutions in a minute. Each time you do it, try and count a different leg, so the other leg. Okay, it's not like we've got any more than 2 legs, but you know what I mean. Keep those legs spinning. So we're going to do a count again in about 5 seconds time. We're going to count the other leg. Ready? And count. "22 again for me." So still in the 88. Where are you guys? Make sure you're up there. You want to keep this as fluid as possible, nice and smooth. If you can see your cadence on the screen in front of you, hold it there. If you can't get up that high, ease back on the power that you're pushing out. Last week we did some FTP tests with some of the clients on board. Really pleased to say that most people are either where they should be or have actually gone well past it. So really, really impressed with you. So I'm not expecting great gains at this time of the year. And if you have had a massive jump, well done. Absolutely brilliant. Keep the training going. Something's working. It's all about consistency. Building on the foundations, but also making sure you rest and recover effectively. Okay, I'm starting to warm up quite nicely. I may well take the jacket off soon. I know boys, control yourselves. Will you be able to cope? Right, keep it going. Come on, Joe, that's really good. Good to see you on board. Some short and sweet sessions. This one's an hour. Some short and sweet sessions coming for you pretty soon. It's so important that we adapt the plans to fit people's lifestyles. So if you need it changing, okay, I'm happy to do that. You can raise the intensity, reduce the duration. The brain just went. I can add days, take days away, and adapt the plans for you. So please make sure you are talking to me and let me know if you're struggling. Okay, well done. Well done. So I've got some of you weekend warriors who can only train at the weekends, and I've got some of you who can only train during the week. So it's an interesting mix. Well done. Okay, 20 seconds, then we're going to go up 1 more gear. This time, we're going to try and make those legs go a little bit faster. So if you were 90 or 80 before, let's get it up there to the 88. Okay, if I was 88, I want to be over the 90. Okay, so we're going up a little bit harder and a little bit faster. Okay. In order to do that, a little bit of a strip. I'm just getting more viewers. That's as far as it goes though, so don't get excited. Just tuck everything in for neatness and bend over. Oh God, that's just sounded really bad. Sorry everybody. Flexing at the hip. Okay, we're going to count 1 leg in the next 7 seconds. Get ready. Count and count now. It's 24 for me. So I had 2 more than I had before. Did you increase yours? If you did, fantastic. If it's not the same number I've got, I wouldn't stress about it. As long as you're improving your number, you will get there. Remember, I've been doing this for 30 something years now. In fact, I should be better than I am. Keep it going. Well done, everyone. Keep that up there. Keep that higher cadence. You want to count for the full minute or 30 seconds? We'll do a 30-second count next. I'll keep me quiet for a little bit longer. So get ready to count in 10. Ready and count. For me. What did you get? So I'm closer to the 100 RPM or 98. So all is going well. Nice, fast, smooth. Doesn't need resistance or masses of it. Just enough to stop you from bouncing excessively. But hold on to that now. The next effort, we can go back down to, for me, the 88. And for you, hopefully something above 80. If you can hit the 90s, absolutely fantastic. So Glyn, well done. Glad to see you with us, Glyn. I know spinning these legs out is hard work, but just give it a go. Hope that back is better, Martin. Yeah. Proceed with caution. If you have any niggles or issues, gentle exercise is good. The drill set should be okay to do. Recovery bike rides, gentle walking. Running may not be an issue, or maybe an issue with bad backs because of the jarring. So look at some gentle exercise. Clearly I would recommend swimming. It's not quite how it used to be. We're not suspended in that nice stuff. Brilliant, well done. Really good warm up. Shouldn't be panting and puffing. Should feel really good, shouldn't even be working too hard. And up one more gear. So a little bit more relaxed now, back to the slower cadence. And we've got 7 minutes here. Now, lots of you ask questions about salt and sodium and electrolytes. It is important to keep your balance up in order for your muscles to contract effectively. But I was reading a study that was done independently of any supplement agencies or companies that try to sell you products. And in 2001, so yes, it was quite a long time ago, where 449 athletes, I think it was, took part in a study in the South Africa Ironman, and a third of the group were given 40 salt tablets that they could take when they felt like they needed throughout the race. There was a placebo group that were given 40 tablets with no benefits that they could take as and when they needed. And there were the, what's it called? Oh, it's called now. the base group who just did their normal nutritional habits throughout. And what they did at the end, well, they did before it, they weighed them. At the end of it, they weighed them. They looked at their previous Ironman times and the finishing time in Ironman South Africa. They also looked at rate of perceived exertion, so how hard the race felt compared to previous races. And what they found was nothing. Alright, so on average, the group that had the salt tablets took 15.7 tablets during the race on average across the board, and the placebo group took 14.8 tablets throughout the race. Their race times were all, and the guys obviously that had their normal nutrition, their race times were all comparable to previous races. Their rate of perceived exertion was the same across the board. Their weight loss throughout the event, for the majority of them, was the same. There was only one athlete that suffered any ill effects, and he was in the placebo group. And they monitored how much he actually drank, so how much fluid he took in. And what happened with him was he retained a lot of the fluid. So his body was swollen, he increased weight throughout the race because the fluid wasn't being, although it was being absorbed, it wasn't being utilised as it should be. And unfortunately, he suffered from what's known as hyponatremia, which means that he has lost blood sodium. Oh, that was the other thing they measured, was their blood sodium levels before and after the race. That's probably the most interesting one, because the blood sodium levels, regardless of which athlete, apart from this one poor chap that was suffering from hyponatremia, the blood salt levels were comparable. Everybody's were within a similar range. So there was no evidence to show that during the Ironman they actually needed more or less sodium. So it brings into question all these companies that are selling sodium as pretty much being the be-all and end-all. Now the conclusions they drew from this was that in times of dire need, our body taps into sodium, which is stored within the bones and deep within our muscular system. That could be one theory. The second theory was we don't actually need sodium as much as we think, and we don't use as much of it as we think. I forget what the third one was. The brain is gone. Oh yes, the third one was it really depends on how much fluid we're putting into our body that flushes through that sodium. So not so much our actual sweat, it's how much fluid we're drinking. So if we drink excessive amounts of fluid, the chances of our blood sugar sodium dropping is greater. So yes, we do have to pay attention to our hydration. And although sodium is involved in muscle contraction, do we need as much of it as we think? I've heard lots of anecdotal stories of people saying they had cramp, didn't think they could continue, and they had some Ritz crackers or something that helped them along the way, or even, like I say, a salt tablet that helped them along the way. So, for me, the jury is still out, but it was interesting to see that study. It was a university study, and as I said, it wasn't sponsored by anyone selling anything. So whenever you're looking at supplements, looking at buying all these gadgets to help you get better, think about who is doing the science behind them. If the science behind them is being done by somebody who sells a product, be very wary. And clearly they want the results to show that their product is essential to your performance. I'm going to keep pedaling, but I'm going to turn my fancy big light on, because I think the light is much better. So keep pedaling, guys. What I need is to get some batteries in the remote that I've got for these. Let's see if that makes a difference. Let there be light, she said. Ta-da! And there was light. I've got the power. Keep pedaling, guys, keep pedaling. Okay, so we're going to go to our single leg shortly. Okay. Okay, so unclick. Got 25 seconds, then we get 10-second changeover time. Don't worry about the power. Most important thing here is that you're working for those 25 seconds. And change over. You've got about 10-second changeover time. Let me know if you think the lights were any better. So what we want with this single leg work is no clunking. And change over. Engage the core. So you know how good I am at counting. So to take the counting out of it today, I have programmed it all into the watch. I know, why didn't I do it ages ago? Keep it going, guys. So my other leg is placed on the back of the turbo. If you use pedals, you might want to just keep your legs on. Keep your feet on, I should say. And just concentrate on alternate legs as you go. That concentration is you talking to the muscles. But ideally, you want to be able to feel the foot pulling back in the shoe and lifting with the shoe on top of the foot. You should be able to feel that. Working those hip flexors. And change over. Off we go. Don't worry about the speed for this. And change over. Good, well done. Listen for that pedal. Listen for the sound it makes as you go over the tyre on the flywheel. Should be relatively smooth. And change over. We've got 12 of these in total. Change over. Keep it going, well done. Well done, Penny. Excellent. Good to see you back on board. We've missed you. Good, come on. And then change over. Oh, clickety click. Well done. Come on then, Sarah. Aren't you glad you transferred over? You'll get all your shout outs. Think about how you're pedaling. Think about lifting with your toes, pulling back with your heel. Okay, change over. These are the best ways to get your brain talking to those muscles. Doing a brilliant job, well done. Quad, starting to feel it on my left leg. Until what happens is, if you're pedaling with both legs, so bilaterally, you do tend to use your dominant leg the most. So if we do the independent leg work, and you're able to reach the same gear ratios, the same power output with both legs, then you know you are going to be balanced and efficient. Change over. 11 to 12. Okay, and recover. So from here now, what we're going to do is we're going to work medium. So again, we want our cadence up. So I'm going to stay in this gear for the moment. And then we're going to go hard, and we're going to go easy. So basically, we're just going to go between 3 gears. And we're focusing on getting that cadence smooth. So it's 40 seconds, 20 seconds, 30 seconds. So I'm going to drop it, 2, 1. And make it easy for 30. So I went up 2 gears. Okay, we're going to shake that up a little bit. First one the wrong way around. Greatest plans to listen to the watch. Okay. So we go in medium for 40 seconds, then easy for 20 seconds, then hard for 30 seconds. So medium, easy, then hard. So medium at the moment, spinning it through. So we go easy, so you go to an easier gear. Let those legs spin a little bit faster. Then down 2 gears to make it hard. I'm sure I didn't have 3 then. And up 1 to medium. Well done. After this one we get 30-second recovery. So we're going easy for 20, hard for 30, and we've got 30-second recovery. So easy for 20, up 1 gear. Get ready to go down 2 gears. For your hard. Hold on to it. Come on, well done. 10 left. Go up about 3 now. A nice easy recovery. Don't worry about the cadence. Just 30 seconds. So I went up 3 gears from the hard. So to get back to my medium, I need to go down 2. So going down 2. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, 1, 2 for my medium. Think about your cadence. If you've got a cadence meter, take a look at it. If you haven't, think about your rhythm. Too short to do counts. Sorry. Okay, so back towards you in 5 seconds. So easy for 20. Here we go, up easy up 1. Nice and easy. Okay, going down to hard in 2, 1. Off we go, so down 2. Hold on to the cadence. Okay, keep going. Back up to medium. That's 1 gear. So if you want to count, if you're going to count for 20 seconds, that last one, then it needs to be at least 40 to make sure that you're in that 80 range. Anything below 80, and we're losing energy. So we've got 3 sets of 3. So let's go easy for 20 seconds. Or easier. So let the cadence lift naturally but comfortably. If you're going to count for the whole 20, you've got to go for 40 for the hard, okay? Get ready to go hard. Down we go. Down 2 gears. Okay, sorry, count for 20 now. Okay, back to medium. I've got my maths wrong once again. So, if you're counting for 20 seconds, you need it to be at least 20, if not 30. 30 will give us 90. Needs to be 25s, 26s. Times it all by 3 anyway. Okay, easy for 20. Up we go. Got a little rest after the next hard. And we can get our thinking caps on then. Well, hopefully you've all got cadence meters. Okay, going hard. 3, 2, 1. That's 2 gears down. Thank you. Little delay on the right there. I'm going to count 20 seconds now. $29, 30 for me. 30 seconds rest. So up 3 gears. Reduce the intensity. Got 1 more of these efforts to go. And then it's back to single leg work. And then the cool down. Fabulous. If you've got your fan on, the cool down and single leg work, you might want to either turn it off or put a jacket on. Okay. Back to medium, so that's down 2 gears for me. Keep a nice, smooth cadence. Okay, back 1 for easy. Come on, Will. You know what to do. Follow the plan. Stick with me. Okay, we're going hard. Down 2. I'm going to count for 20 seconds. Off we go. And 30. Back up. 1. Back to medium. Going easy now. 3, 2, 1. So easy 1 gear. Getting ready. Going hard. Down 2 gears. 3. An extra one thrown in for luck there. If you're counting your 20, start counting now. Okay, back up 1. Well done. Don't think about the power, just changing cadence, holding on to above 85 for that cadence. Changing gears to change the pressure. Okay, going easy. There we go, nice and easy. Let the cadence lift naturally. Good, well done. Okay, hard effort coming up. Off we go. Up down 2 gears. Focusing on the 90, if you can. Count now. Again, well done Claire. Okay, so going back to single leg drill. And click. Nice and easy now. Get the gearing so that it's comfortable. We went straight into that one. And change legs. Okay, so this is when it becomes more important. As you fatigue, communication starts to break down. We want to keep it there. No clunking. Nice smooth movements. Pushing down, pulling back, lifting up. So 12 again, like we did in the first effort, before we cool down. And change it over. And change over. So I've given you 10 seconds to change over clearly. Take as long as you like. Less is better than longer. Less is more. Tune in those legs. Okay, and change over. Quarter of the way through, a third of the way through. And change over. Use your feet, okay? Use your feet as well as your legs. Okay. Use that front of your leg, lower leg to lift both toes up. Your gastrocnemius to pull them back and down. If you focus too much on quads and hamstrings, lower legs aren't being used half enough. Change over, halfway through. Okay, and change over. Here we go. Good. Ooh, ankle it. We're getting there. 4 left. And change over. 3 left. Okay, well done. I had a clunk there. Please don't clunk with me. Don't clunk with me. Well done. Whew. Legs are starting to fatigue. Keep that communication going. Keep it smooth. Slow it down if you have to. So when we get tired, that we lose the most of our energy, not to forward motion. We waste it. Slow it down and concentrate. The right leg, that's it, easy peasy. Left leg, not so much love. Okay, take your time. No clunks. Come on, Camilla, that's really good. Haven't heard a clunk yet. Come on, Sean. It's much more difficult on the watt bike, I think. But you can have a little look at the shape that you're producing. Try and make it a circle to anyone else on the watt bike. Look for a circle that this one leg is creating. And our last one. I can unclip. The left leg also doesn't want to unclip. Oops, actually I gave us 1 extra. We're on the cool down. So all is good. Okay. Got 10 minutes cool down. During the cool down we're going to do some stretching. Which of course is essential. Please don't forget to stretch and foam roll. Life is super busy, I know, but once those muscles start to go into spasm, it's really hard to loosen them off, even with stretching. So foam roll, stretch, stretch again. Having a couple of issues with my back, I'm having to really work on it to keep it mobile. So, like I said, keep it going. Unfortunately, as we get older, our bodies aren't quite as good at taking the pounding that we're delivering to them. Okay. So I'm going to do some arm circles, taking it all the way back. 5 on one side and 5 on the other. I think it's mostly because of my fall off the skateboard that my back has gone into a little bit of spasm. I know. I haven't been on it, well I have, I've done one little skate on it. So it should be, it's like getting back on a horse, isn't it? You should do it straight away. Oh, I've done 5 now, so let's do one more of those. Okay, and forwards. Good. Forward to the other side. Okay. Shoulders up to your ears and circle. Loosening off the trapezius. Notice I stick my head back every time. And then over to one side. Drop your head down. Roll it round to the other side. Down again. Back to the original side. And then over to the other side. I don't know if I told you the crazy thing about me falling off the skateboard. Was I've had a headache. Pretty much since September. And tension in my neck has been unbelievable. Okay, so I'm going to put my hand on my head. There was a massive crack when I put my arm down to save me, and I actually thought I broke my collarbone. The crack, I think, was my neck. Not only that, I think it released it. So I haven't had a headache since. It was 3 weeks ago, I think today actually. So 3 weeks ago today, smashed myself into the floor and managed to get rid of a headache that I've had for over 4 months. So every cloud and all that, silver lining. Be grateful for small mercies. Okay, bring your arm across your body and take it through. Although I think I wrenched my AC ligament, the acromion ligament, which holds my collarbone to my shoulder. So that's a little bit sore. But hey, haven't got a headache. Always look on the bright side of life. Doo-doo. I know, you're all singing it now, aren't you? Okay, put your hand behind your head. It has stopped me doing quite as many swim sessions as I would like, but should be back on track pretty soon. Okay, and down the other side. That's feeling better already, to be honest with you. Things are getting better. Always a good thing. Stretch across the chest. Shoulders back, squeeze your elbows together. Keep that core engaged, keeping the blood pumping. Fantastic. Don't forget when you get off, really work these hip flexors, because those hip flexors are attached right up here, okay? So again, if you have a back issue, could be those hip flexors pulling your spine forwards, okay? So really, really make sure those hip flexors are getting a good stretch. Okay, so I'm going to work calves now. I'm just going to take this off. So I'm going to put all my weight down through my calves. So if you feel solid and stable on your turbo, fantastic, carry on like this. If you don't feel so stable, put your hands on the wall, or you can lean forwards obviously and hold your bar. I get a better stretch actually if I stand up, but the choice is yours. Okay, I'm going to take that a little bit further, so I'm going to drop down to one side. I'm just going to put all my weight through that calf. And the other side, bottom off the seat. Make sure your turbo is stable and got a wide base so it doesn't tip over. Okay, bringing it back up and take my shoe off. Practice taking it off on the bike is always a good thing, especially if you're doing Olympic or sprint triathlon. Heel up to your bottom, knee to the floor. Get that stretch through the quad. Really good stretch there. Okay, so one of the quadriceps, the rectus femoris, is one of your hip flexors, or it assists your hip flexors, okay? So if that's tight, you're not going to get a good stretch on the hip flexors. So you must make sure that both the quad is loose, okay, if you're going to get that good stretch on that hip flexor muscle. Because if that holds you slightly bent, chances are you're not getting that stretch on the hip flexor, and they're getting shorter and shorter and putting a lot of pressure, particularly on that lumbar spine, the lower back. Okay, I'm going to put my leg out in front. Remember, we talked about this one before. It doesn't have to be a bent knee. Okay, it doesn't have to be a straight knee. You can have a bent knee, that's fine. We're going to be leaning forwards from the hips, flexing over the leg. Keep the chest up, feel the stretch. As long as you feel a stretch, you are stretching. Obviously, if we can encourage an increased range of motion, then all being well, that's not a bad thing. Don't overstretch though, because that can cause damage to the muscles. I know, it's just a nightmare. Okay, I'm sliding slightly forward in my seat, placing my foot onto the armrest. If you can't do that, this is a really good stretch to do outside. It's going to work that piriformis. Again, your piriformis and your glute muscles are key to keeping a healthy back. Listen to me. Oh, stretch, stretch, and stretch again. Don't overstretch, and when I say overstretch, I mean overextend the stretch. You're expecting yourself to be more flexible than you should be. Okay, so tiny little increments in your flexibility is what you should be seeing, not big leaps. No bouncing. Don't bounce. I can see you there. You know who you are. Stop bouncing. Okay, and change legs. So I'm going to put my foot back in the shoe. Look at that, no hands. That's what you want to do on race day. Okay. Heel into your hand, foot into your hand, heel to your bottom. Push, push, push that knee down towards the ground. Keep your pelvis tucked under. So if you can keep that pelvis tucked under, you're going to get that hip flexor stretch. You're going to extend that quad stretch. If you just lean forward into it, you can see it, you can feel it automatically. As soon as you tuck that bottom under, you can feel the stretch engaging. Yeah? Yeah, that's really good. That's much better. Well done. Good. Keep that knee down, don't let it go out to the side. Okay, now bring your leg up out in front. Pull your toe up towards your knee. This one is my super inflexible side, my left side, the side that doesn't want to talk to my brain. I think that must have fallen out years ago. All right, so leaning forwards from the hips, keep the chest up, feel the tension. You can feel the tension in that hamstring almost straight away. Hold it there. What did I say about bouncing? I remember, I can see you. Say one-way television, two-way television. You can see me and I can see you. Big brother and all that. Good. Keep breathing. Okay, now I want you to put your foot on the footrest, put yourself a little bit forward on your seat. Do not fall off your seat. I haven't got any videos of me doing that yet. Okay, and lean, again, lean forwards. You should feel that tightness straight away in that hip area. Okay, unless you're super flexible, Penny, you probably don't. Okay, the session is coming to an end. I'm going to stop my clock. Here we go. It's 58 minutes of hard work. You've done a brilliant, and the dog is calling now. He's heard the watch go and he says, it's time to come out. Okay, feel that stretch. As you breathe, release the stretch. Release, release, release. Okay, and thank you once again for joining me in the Den of Doom. I really hope you enjoyed your drill set. It was quite varied. Ignore my maths once again. God knows how I made it to becoming a teacher. I only need certain things. Anyway, great to have you with me. Hope to see you again really, really soon. Take care now. Bye-bye.